Hello everyone, welcome to another 360 Timmy. Today we're in Folkestone, Kent, and I'm joined by my special guest, Morgan O Callaghan.
Hello.
Hello Morgan. So Morgan is a film director with 3 films already completed, premiered at cinemas and on big streaming giants like Prime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that today. But Morgan, just tell us a little bit first of all about your background.
My background, so I went to Brookhill Park Performing Arts College, and that's obviously a performing arts school. So I got into the arts through that. I began getting a passion for acting and stuff like that. I did a lot of drama shows, but then as I started getting older, I started getting more into the behind the scenes stuff and making films. When I started doing media studies, and then through that, I just kept making films, and just I guess subsequently getting better and better. I think. In a modest way.
Yeah, and I'd say so. From what I've seen you do, I think you definitely have.
Yeah. So I remember it was 2019. I was 17, and me and my friends made this one film, not a proper film. It was just a mini short film called The Apocalypse, and we actually privately screened it at Silver Screen. About 45 people came, and they all liked it. So we decided to make another film called The Arsonist, which was my first kind of like feature length film. Uh, which we spent to put out 2 years making. Me and my friend Jonny Brookes, who is kind of like my main co-writer. I always work with him. We sat in Costa every day with tea and basically spent like 6 months writing a script.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and then we made the film. We're about 90% shooting, and then COVID happened. We already had a screening arranged at Silver Screen. Obviously, that had to get delayed to December. When COVID was apparently meant to stop, but obviously it didn't. Um, so yeah, we had to finish the film during lockdown, kind of illegally, I guess, try and finish filming in the most safe way possible.
Yeah.
And once we did that, we finished filming, sent the film off to cinema. Everything was good. But then a week before, what's it called? A week before the premiere, we got an email, or Boris Johnson decided to lock down certain parts of the countries in tiers, and we unfortunately didn't get the privilege of being able to open the cinema for our film. So we had to put it on Amazon Prime, which was quite it was good. A lot of people watched it, but I was quite disappointed still though, because I'm quite a big fan of like the communal experience,
Of cinema, yeah.
as opposed to people kind of watching it on their phone or on their laptops.
But you say that quite trivially. I got that on Amazon Prime, but how do you get a film on Amazon Prime?
Well, it used to be a lot easier. I was quite lucky. I got in at the right time, and you just go through this website called Prime Video Direct, where you have to submit a film. They watch it, make sure it's all good, then you just put it on there. It's just obviously you have to sign a couple of things. It was a long time ago though, so can't remember. But yeah, it went on Amazon Prime. And I think it got watched by 150 households in the first couple week, which I think was pretty good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
every month I get like 70p in my bank account because of it. So
Residuals.
yeah,
So we should say today we're walking in Folkestone,
yes,
where you actually filmed a lot of your films.
yeah. Most of my films are actually shot here. I guess it's just where my friends live and easy place to get to. So
Being a seaside town, it's got a lot of kind of London architecture as well, so it's got a very interesting
yeah,
landscape.
yeah. No, it's definitely a growing city. Like a lot of people from London do move down, so it's definitely getting more of a kind of artistic influences from people moving down. Loud bus. All right. But yeah, I guess we should go on to the next film now. I guess.
Absolutely. So
Uh,
tell me about that. So we got a premiere coming up very soon, actually.
yeah. Well, last year in December, I had my first real premiere, I guess, for my film Detective Inspector, where came on December 16th. You were there. I remember we had about 132 people in the cinema. Some people even snuck in without paying for a ticket. So
Whoa.
I'll take that as a compliment, I think. Uh, but, it was good fun. Everyone liked the film. Obviously, I was quite nervous, and we also put that on Amazon Prime as well, where I still get like £2 every month from it, which is quite nice. Infinite money. Uh, but yeah, that's my most recent release.
Yeah.
And I've been going to uni for the last 3 years. I'm graduating in the next couple of weeks, and for my dissertation, I made a film called Windsor 44, which is my latest film, which is premiering on September 2nd.
At the Silver Screen
At the
Cinema
Silver
in
Screen
Folkestone,
Cinema,
which is where we're walking to now.
yeah, we're
So
going.
tell us about the synopsis of the film.
So it's about two British pilots. They're doing a reconnaissance mission in France, where unfortunately, one of the other pilots gets shot down, and then the other one gets shot down again, and they get lost midair. So the main character, played by Toby Haycock, he plays George Bates. He has to team up with a German deserter in order to survive, and they have to kind of make their way through enemy territory and find somewhere to stay, basically. And yeah, I think it's quite an interesting story. Obviously, there's metaphors for conflicts nowadays, like the Ukraine, Russia, and stuff like that.
That's currently in place. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So obviously, there's a lot of metaphors like that, and I think it's quite an important film because you get to see where it kind of shows that there's no sides in war. It's just like the leaders really that are in charge. But yeah, here we are at Silver Screen.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Be here in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the day of recording.
So tickets are available for this premiere, which is coming up. Yeah, there's the Silver Screen just in the background.
Yeah, there it is.
And where we go now?
Let's just keep going this way.
Let's go
It's
this
lovely
way.
down here. There's
Yeah,
umbrellas, I think, on the ceiling if they're still there.
So the storyline you've got this time round, does that present a challenge with putting it on things like Prime?
Well, my last films were so easy to get on Prime. I thought this one would be just as easy, so I submitted it. But unfortunately, because we're not a big dog studio, and we don't have like lawyers and stuff like that, Amazon had to reject the film because has a lot of like, I guess, hate symbols in it and stuff like that.
Because of the era you're talking about.
Because of the year it's
Yeah.
in, yeah. And I guess they can't risk having that on this,
Yeah.
which is quite unfortunate. I was a bit upset by it, but you know, it's still premiering in the cinema, and if anything, that makes the premiere that much more special because it really is the only way you can watch it.
Yeah.
Unless I decide to release it again in the future, but who knows? But for now, the only way to watch this film, which was shot on an Arri Alexa, a very good camera by the way, is on September 2nd. So we've already sold 150 tickets. That's way beyond expectations, and we sold them very quickly as well. So
grab your tickets fast.
yes, I'm not sure when this is coming out. Much closer to the actual date. So hopefully, if you're interested in getting a ticket, there's still some available.
Yeah, so we'll put the link in the description for this as well.
I mean, I know you've already got your ticket. You got yours quite,
I have,
quite quickly.
yes. I was straight on there because you're very good at marketing. So I was literally on that website within seconds, I think, of you posting a story.
Oh yeah, I had to. I love marketing. It's probably one of my favourite side things to do. Best thing about making a film, I think. That's what I'm going to miss the most. Because obviously after this film, I'm going to have a bit of a break.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to miss like making the trailers and advertising. You know. But yeah, it's fun. I'm glad you got a ticket quickly. It seemed obviously worked.
So I've badged you as a director, but of course you do many things.
Yeah,
you do special effects, you do editing, you do camera work.
Yeah, I think
you've appeared in the film as well,
yeah,
like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, I'm obviously not the best actor. My only experience in acting was from what's it called, drama at school and stuff like that, where I played Dandy Dan once in Bugsy Malone. I guess that was the highlight of my drama career. So yeah, I've got a bit of experience in acting, but obviously I'm more of a behind the camera person. I guess I'm quite shy, believe it or not. So yeah, I guess I do visual effects as well. For this film though, however, we got someone else to do. There's a scene where there's a Spitfire dogfight, which was fully CGI and animated, and we got someone who I've known for a very long time and called Nathan, who goes to the University of Wimbledon, and he did that for us, and we paid him like 30 quid for it. And yeah, it looks really good.
So was there a budget for Wings of 44, or
so
literally out of your pocket kind of thing?
Kind of. So the uni gives you 250 generous pounds to make it. And obviously they were like, there's no way you can make an accurate World War II drama with that money. So like, then I just
challenge met then. Eh?
Then I went challenge accepted, and then now it's probably one of the most successful. Not to boast, but it's probably one of the most successful films to come out of that uni. So I guess they're quite grateful for it. It even got featured at their I can't remember what it was called, but it got featured at one of their events. I can't remember what the event's called, but it was featured there, which I was very happy with.
And again, the special effects side. I mean, so your last film, Detective Inspector. I mean, I was just blown away by the effects. So you had a car scene. I actually thought you were out driving, but it wasn't. It was
the green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing I've always loved doing like CGI and stuff and messing around with like video effects just to make memes and stuff like that. So I've just kind of gradually gotten better and better and better. learning After Effects and stuff like that, and that's how I got into I guess doing the green screen in that film. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. There were some shots where it looks like they're in front of a green screen, but that's okay. It's a learning curve, and people really enjoyed it. So
That's good.
the music was very good too. I've got one very loyal composer. His name's Sam Johnson.
Yeah.
He does all the music for my films. Well, so far he might not want to do the next one. I hope he does, but yeah, he's really good. A very good classical music director. Who I've been working, who I've known since he was a kid, because obviously I went to school with him as well.
So do you say you're taking a break, but I mean, do you think you'll be back soon?
Oh no, 100%. Yeah, it's just this break is just so I can decide. I put this film in a lot. I put Wings in a lot of film festivals,
Yeah.
and
Oh, good. So you're going to be doing a lot of schmoozing and
yeah,
screenings.
I've got to do a lot of stuff like that. Like it was given the honourable mention in the 2024 Student Film Fest UK, the UK one. I got that the other day. That's not actually public knowledge yet, but by the time this is out, it will be.
Yeah.
It also got
Brilliant.
into the Los Angeles Film Festival, which yeah, I'm very happy with that. But one thing
Yeah.
I hope it gets into. I'm going to jinx this now, but we've got a chance of getting into the National Youth Film Festival, and if we get into that, then I'll be very happy.
Where's that being held?
Leicester Square.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Odeon.
heart of cinema. Wow.
Yeah,
That's.
yeah. But obviously,
Oh,
obviously that's quite unlikely. But you know, it's always good to be hopeful, and there's always more film festivals around the corner if that one doesn't work out.
yeah.
So, but yeah.
So your previous films that were on Prime, that
Mhm.
they were originally available. I say Prime because that's the
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you get those free. But they dropped to a different tier after a period of time. You were saying?
Yes. So they were both initially on Prime where you could just watch it for free. However, since Amazon are very strict about the content they have on Prime, I think after about 2 months they put it on Prime Video Direct, which is where you have to pay 99p or something like that to watch it. Uh, and yeah, but that's okay. Like I said, every month I make 70p, which is nice.
From
Uh,
small acorns
exactly,
come big
yeah,
trees. So
exactly.
that's pretty
Soon
impressive.
I'll have enough money to make, I don't know, next James Bond with all these 70p's I'm getting.
What do you see as? I mean, you're starting out your film career where we've gone completely digital now.
Yeah.
What's the challenges for a filmmaker going forward? Do you think?
Well, I think things always get easier. I think we live in a good time where anyone can pick up a camera and make a film. It's just whether you have the time and patience. But I think, like you said to me earlier, that when you did films when you were younger, you had to use tape decks,
Yeah,
which obviously, I bet when I bet you were saying like when phones came out, oh, that's going to ruin filmmaking, and that's the exact same kind of thought I'm having now with AI and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I'm sure if we just use it as a tool, it won't take over.
Do you think? Do you think that's the threat? AI. So at the moment we're in the middle of an actor strike in Hollywood
Here we are. Yeah.
because they see that AI could potentially replace them. I mean, we've actually seen it, haven't we? We've seen Peter Cushing in Star Wars come back 20 years after he died.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
we've seen Indiana Jones 20 years younger in the latest film where
Yeah.
he wasn't even in it. It was just his face
Christopher
morphed onto.
Reeve in The Flash as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they use AI for that. Yeah, it's quite. Some would say it's unethical. Others would say it's not. It's just I guess it's just a constant challenge.
But yeah, for the special effects that I mentioned earlier, you spent hours keyframing and
Yeah,
getting those right.
there's
So
been like that. The green screen car chase you were talking about took me about 4 months to do. Obviously, I wasn't constantly working on it, but it was very, very difficult to get that perfect. And each keep. Oh yeah, it gives me a headache thinking about it now. I'm just glad it's over with. But yeah, so in theory, AI should just help make that process easier for me.
yeah,
So in some ways, it's definitely good, but also in other ways, it's bad because it's taking jobs away. But
so that's going to be very interesting how that develops.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
But even though you're going on a break, you must have some idea of some stories in the background, or do you want to?
Oh yeah, I've got about on my notes in my phone. I've got about 10 films lined up.
Wow, that's great.
Let me try and name a few. Got this one called A Rail Strike.
Yeah,
It's one
that's
where
very current.
exactly, yeah. But no, I watched the film Bullet Train. I was quite inspired by that, and it's a film where obviously with the two actors from my newest film Wings, Reggie or Aiden, this is Aiden and Toby, are going to play two kind of buddy heistmen, and they have to perform a heist on a moving train basically. But yeah,
That's going to be quite a challenge to film then.
Yeah, but it's just like an idea I have. I
Yeah.
might do in the future. There's another film I've got called The Rubber Bandits. It's just a comedy heist film again. It's very similar to Rail Strike. I could probably merge it into one film to be honest. But what's another film I have? Oh, yeah, this is an important thing. I've got an idea to turn Wings from a short film into a feature film.
Yeah.
Uh, to turn it from because this is only a 25-minute film, but if we were to get funding, for example, from a film festival, we'd be able to make it into a full-length 90-minute film.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of on my cards right now, and we'll try and get that pushed.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially as you've captured it on such a good camera as well.
Yeah,
You get
exactly.
funding, you can keep that going, can't you?
Yeah,
And,
exactly. The thing is, the one very disappointing thing about being given such a great camera to film with is that it's very disheartening to have to use a bad camera after that.
yeah.
Like when I look at the quality difference between my newest film and Detect and Inspect, I'm like, how did I send that off thinking it was okay? So now I have to film all my films in this quality. 'Cause
Yeah.
otherwise, I won't feel like I'm doing good.
So you are very much becoming an expert director in terms of what you expect in terms of quality and eye.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
amazing, isn't it?
I think so. But yeah, with this premiere, I've heard. I'm not going to mention any names here, just in case I'm not allowed to. But I've heard that there are some people who come to this premiere who are already in the industry, so they might even be able to help push this film to be made into a feature, which would be really nice.
So you'll be full-on businessman at the premiere.
Oh yeah,
Proudly showing your film.
it went from a party to a networking event. So
well, that's the way it goes, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Connections is a key thing.
But yeah, I'd like to mention the name, but I probably shouldn't.
No, that's fair enough. That's maybe we'll catch up on a later date and we'll see how that all went.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that would be quite
I
interesting.
think so. Yeah. Although they could just watch the film and they could be like, nah, and just walk out. So, but that's the fun of it. That's what makes a film a film. Some people don't like it. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, I wish you the very best for the premiere. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
And at the silver screen, as I mentioned, on the 2nd.
The 2nd of September.
Yeah.
Saturday, 6 p.m.
Go and watch that, and you can watch Morgan's other films on Amazon Prime.
You can.
90p.
Yeah.
It's not much, is it?
99p. 99p for an entire evening with the family.
Yeah. So we'll put the links for that in this video as well.
Yeah.
But Morgan, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Great talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Very excited for your future.
I think so am I. I hope.